Hi everybody, I just basically got a new thought on how to do some financing on Section 8, seller financing actually on Section 8 to support either the divestiture of the seller or the acquisition of the buyer. But there's a couple of ways we might be able to do it, and I thought I would share them while I can. So let's call this Section 8. No money down. No money down. And it's a strategy. Well, I'll just put that down. All right, so we have a property, and our goal is to go to Section 8. And so they have it listed, and we're going to use some simple numbers that you might find out there. And it's going to be like 100K. And this is what they really want in the house, but we really don't have all of the money to kind of complete the deal, but we still want to buy the house, and we don't mind giving up some extra money to actually acquire the house and start getting a revenue stream off of it. So what we're going to try to do is go to the seller, and the things that we're going to ask seller. And for those of you who can't see it, I'll try to maybe get that. We're going to ask the seller to, one, give us a grace period to actually get the HUD authority for tenant. And I know that that's a lot over here. We're going to use a lot of our board up, but if we got our reason to do it, that's all we need to do. We're walking you through it, so take notes. And so we're going to get a grace period. So what we have to determine to do this is find out actually where it is, in what county we're in. And generally you talk to the county people. So I'm in Houston, so I would talk to Harris County. But if I was in Brazoria, it would be Brazoria County Housing Authority. In Corpus Christi, it is not the Nueces County Housing Authority, but actually Corpus Christi, because Corpus Christi is the largest town and they have the most tenants. So, but we're looking at a grace period, and let's just say that we will basically, because we really are working with the county, we have to show that we own the home first. And then the county basically, once we show we can own it, they go and they inspect it. We make any corrections that we may need to be acceptable for them. And that may be some construction. It's not cosmetic work. It's really what we can do to get a tenant in our house safely and in good taste. And let's just say, with all the negotiations, the repair, the re-inspection, and then getting a list of tenants that we can interview to put into the house, making sure they all have vouchers, etc., and then getting them in, maybe that would actually take, and I'm going to allow 3 to 4 months. Because some of these counties or authorities don't even have remaining vouchers. And the reason that is because they don't have houses that they could actually place vouchers with actually the owners. So, but we're going to allow about 3 or 4 months. So we're going to ask for that. And so this is basically kind of debt free. But if we're able to do that with the authority, then we can basically avoid. So the advantage of this is we avoid acquisition loan. And its cost. Further, we would go after this 3 or 4 months here, and we get a tenant. Now we can apply directly for a debt service coverage ratio loan, which is going to be a lower interest rate. And interest rates are coming down, so that's really good. So what do we have to do to basically, so this is kind of what we're trying to achieve here. We're in the house basically for no down payment at this time. And we go in and we try to fix it up, clean it up, etc., so that we actually do it. But when we get down to this, to get this loan, this basically is highly incentivized in favor of the bank that we will actually have. So the good thing for us is that at this time we have a paying tenant with a government guarantee. This is paramount. So we actually, in many cases, will show a debt service coverage ratio that is greater than DSCR, greater than 1.2, and sometimes higher. But this is much higher. So they generally require at least a 1.0. We could basically be as high as 1.5 based on the acquisition strategy. So very, very favorable for us to do this. So we have to be kind of clear on this, and we have to do the economics and see how it works. But what are we willing to do if we get these terms from the seller? What do we have to do as a buyer? Offer. To incentivize our seller to basically give us this deal, and basically so that we're allowed to take properties off their hand, maybe even at a premium. And so we're going to have to test this for each house, and that's okay, because there are calculators and software out there that we can actually demonstrate this if we need to. So I hope everybody can see that. So let's just try to do some consideration. Let's just say that when we go to the seller and we ask for these concessions, if the house is vacant, we're actually willing to start paying them. If we don't pay them a premium each month, then we can basically increase this price. And let's just say that for now, that we're actually going to, the ultimate buy price that we would do, which becomes the basis of the DSCR loan, would basically be increased. And so I'm going to say, I'm just going to pick a number for now and test it. Okay, and so I'm going to say we're going to add basically 12K. And that will say the new buy price that we're going to give the seller is an extra $12,000 if he does it our way, until we're able to get this loan. And actually, if we made it 20, it would even be better. Okay, so I mean, I know that from the get-go. But also, once we get this thing, as we're going to try to play down here, that because we have a higher rate, that they're actually basically value the property that they're securing with the loan and their documentation, that's going to be higher. So we have to recalculate the ARV based on what we're making and not necessarily the sale condition of the home. So, but let's just go ahead and test this right now. I think that the ultimate number might be as much as high as 120. If we do 120 and we take 80% of that, we're going to get 96K. The 96K is still a little short here. And so if we would basically maybe make this to 125, this is going to be 100. Okay, I'm going to stop.